We are in Sharei Kedusha. Our Monday night shiur. We're continuing. We're in Shara Shemini in Chelik Bet. We're almost coming to an end of Sharei Kedusha. So I hope this was a.
And we go back to the last weekend.
Yeah.
Does it have a test?
A test?
We should have
The test is, did you feel yourself that you rose to the occasion? So it's Nikra Shara Teshuvah. Rabbi Chaim Vital HaKadosh talks about Teshuvah here, and it's going to break into three sections. First section is the mitzvot aseh that you're going to Teshuvah for. Second is lo ta'aseh. And the third section is, I'll tell you now, mitzvot averot that between you and Hashem. Okay? Then the next chelek is how you get Ruach HaKodesh. So that's going to be an interesting one. Okay? Of course. Everyone gets Ruach HaKodesh today. Tanakh Eliyahu says, Me'id ani, I testify in myself, Ish o Isha, Eved v'shivcha, man, woman, child, a maid, a slave, everyone, Kefi ma'asaf, could get Ruach HaKodesh. That's the Tachlit HaBriyah, you should know that. To get into such a relationship with God, that you could talk to Him.
That's
and
the ultimate.
That's the ultimate, yeah.
Godliness.
Alright? So Achamurot Shevikulam, the most, the hardest, the strong, the stringent, the most averot that you have to be very careful of, mitzvot, I'm sorry, it's two. Korban Pesach, to bring a Korban Pesach, Velamul et atzmo, to give yourself a Brit Milah. Why? If you don't do these two mitzvot, you get karet, bitulam karet. It's the only two mitzvot aseh that if you don't do them, person gets karet. Every other mitzvot aseh, if you don't do them, there's no karet, there's not even lashes. Alright? Only if you didn't do a Korban Pesach and you didn't do Brit Milah for your son, or if you didn't get one when you got older, you have to give yourself one. If you don't do it, then you get karet. Every single moment that you don't have it, you're in the chayuv karet. Obviously today there's no Korban Pesach. Hopefully it will be very soon. Today already there was smoke on the Temple Mount where you didn't see the Arabs. They let it on fire. They let it on fire. Then they put the Temple Mount on, not the whole thing, not the trees on the Temple Mount. The Arabim, they let them on fire.
The Temple Mount?
The Temple Mount. Okay.
What's it supposed to mean?
Well, we have the smoke already. Now, just we need is the Mizbeach.
Don't we need the Mizbeach first?
Nah, well, listen, we'll take the smoke too.
Yeah, we'll take what comes first.
Yeah. No, but it's a sign. It's a sign. Things are getting closer. Listen, it can't stay like this forever. You know, a person, you ever walk into East Jerusalem in your life? You walked into East Jerusalem? You never walked over there. You don't. It's a sakanat nefashot.
Yep. It's like Harlem.
Sakanat.
It makes Harlem.
Harlem
is one way.
I walk into Harlem today with the kippah. I walk
Harlem
inside.
is not a problem.
Come on.
Or lie. Tell me what we took.
These are their blood. It's called. I mean, I don't think it's racism. It's just a fight. These people they want to kill you. If you're Jewish, they want to kill you. It's very, and it keeps on boiling up. Every couple of months there is a blow up.
Yeah.
You know, suddenly on the Hilulah of Shemuel Hanavi and Yom Yerushalayim, they sent Tilim hits Yerushalayim. Yoter mizeh, more than this, mitzvat aseh sheyesh bitulam lo ta'aseh ve'karet. A mitzvat aseh that if you don't do it, you have lo ta'aseh and a karet. Lit'anot v'lishbot mimlacha b'yom kippurim, to fast and to not to do work on Yom Kippur. Lemala mizeh, more stringent than this, lishbot mimlacha b'Shabbat, to not do any work on Shabbat. Sheyesh b'bitulah, if you do work on Shabbat, you get lo ta'aseh and sekilah. Lemala mizeh, lifrot v'lirbot, to have children. She'afilu yesh beyado Torah u'mitzvot ki Hiskiyahu melech Yehuda. Even if you have Torah and mitzvot like Hiskiyahu melech Yehuda, Yamut bo'olam hazeh velo yichye la'olam haba. You will die. That person will die in this world and then in the next world. That means he has no olam haba. Veken mitzvat aseh la'aniach tefillin. So too the mitzvah to wear tefillin. Im haya karkafta, if you were a skull, delo manach tefillin, that never wore tefillin me'olam, and you know kam b'tichiyat hametim, you don't get up in the resurrection. V'nikra, you are called mi poshei Yisrael begufan. You are actively being a posheya. V'gedolot shebekolam, the worst out of all of them, hamafer brit, one who goes over Hashem's brit, mechamat la'achiz, just to make Hashem upset, not because you enjoy it. Like Menashe Melech Yehuda, that he was with his mother, lo aleinu, not because he liked it.
Just to spite.
Just in spite of Hashem, the Gemara says. That's his sister, not his mother. His
Why
sister.
did he do that?
Just to spite Hashem. And his son, Amon Melech Yehuda, he was... You guys could make the... put the two and two together. Mitzvat aseh, leda sheyesh eloka. That there is a God. Hashem. The kofer beikar, she'en lahem, chelek olam haba. A person is kofer beikar, en lo chelek leolam haba. A person who doesn't believe in Hashem, he's an atheist. He has no chelek leolam haba. עוד יש מצוות שאוכל פירותיהם בעולם הזה והקרן קיימת לו לעולם הבא. There are certain mitzvot that you enjoy from them in this world too. All mitzvot, the sachar is in the next world. But these mitzvot, you get the sachar in this world. Yeah. Kibud avayim, respecting your parents. Yeah. Kibud avayim, respecting your parents. Gemilut chesed, begufo, either you do chesed with your body or bemamon, with money. La'aniyim ve'la'ashir, whether poor or rich. When you go to a wedding and you're sameach hatan v'kala, obviously a kosher wedding that's not mixed, that everyone is dressed politely.
Not
Right?
to get like a rock.
Yeah, not party like a rock star. Ulevaker cholim, visiting the sick. Likbor metim, to help in the burial. Lenachem avelim, to visit the mourner. To lalbish arumim, to clothe the naked. Lachnis orchim, to bring in guests. V'iyun tefillah v'kavana, praying tefillah with kavana, word by word, understanding what you're saying, word by word. V'ha'avat shalom ben havero, making peace between two friends. Umikol sheken, especially if you are jangi with somebody, to make peace with them. Ubiklaze, including this mitzvah, to always judge your friend favorably. V'talmud Torah, Gedeged Gola, and including in this mitzvah, we just talked about it today, waking up to shul in the morning and raising your kids b'talmud Torah. So raising your kids in Talmud Torah, you think you're making them the favor. In reality, they're making you the favor. And you're also getting a reward for it in this world. That's the point. That's the point. Next, Chelek Sheni, second section. These are the lo ta'ases. Hamidot ra'ot hayoter chomorot shtayim. The two worst midot are these. Kas,
Anger.
Ku'ilu oved avodah zara.
Cass is good too.
Ku'ilu oved avodah zara. You're an idol. Bud prasti. Toref nafsho ba'apo. He rips his soul from himself. Ne'keret misham v'olech, and your soul leaves. U'mitchalef, you get a new soul. Arashaz. Lemala mimena, worse than when the kas. Hagava v'agasut haruach. Hi shekula ka'avodah zara, ke'ashera, u'keto'eva, u'kekofer be'ikar. U'ke'ilu gila kol hayot kolam. It says, if person who's egotistical, he revealed all the asur, the nakedness is written in the Torah. Mother,
but
sister.
what is called gava? But this is not like we're talking about, like serious, not simple.
Not like we have the same.
Right, we joke around. Like
we all have certain because
but
you know when we.
I think of that
when we
what
talk
you're
with
saying,
somebody,
like somebody who
can we just be
walks
like,
on like
Yeah.
who
We
thinks
let-
he's all that. And
totally like nullify
ask
somebody
and
walk on you.
respect,
It's
you know?
very high level. We're not on that level.
Right.
No,
So work to be in that
means
level. Work
it
to
means
be in that level.
we all have some certain amount.
of course we have gava.
We otherwise we're gonna be like yeah. That's
What do you think?
It's a little bit.
What do you think?
A little bit of everything is okay.
The Rambam disagrees with you.
No,
he
you didn't understand my
What?
point.
He said Charoshu Paninoshku.
Yeah, but what is
Who said
gava?
that?
Rambam. Didn't he
But
say
didn't I just say in the shiur that everything gotta take the golden path except for Gava?
He said Gava,
Really
except for
old.
Gava.
Huh?
He said
Huh?
everything except for Gava.
Gava the Kedusha?
Define Gava.
I've heard of Azut de Kedusha, but I never heard of Gava de Kedusha.
Okay, what?
You probably, ain't you?
Okay, let's give an example.
Yeah,
Let's
give an
say
example, please.
you're a sofer. Soferchik.
So good.
A lavlar. somebody's coming to your thing, buying from mezuzah, tifi. Why? Eze yafe. You have the hands of gold. You're amazing. You're a beautiful kitab. What do you feel after that? What do you feel?
It's making you feel good. What's wrong with that?
That's literally
You feel
the
like olam
flattered.
haba.
No,
It's a
flattered. You're flattered.
Almaze.
It's the truth.
Truth is the truth, but it could be ga'ava too.
But he's encouraging you to you know.
He may
do
be
good
encouraging you, but what do you feel afterwards?
work. You feel proud. That's all
Anytime a person gives you a compliment and you feel like kochi ve'otzim yadi, these are my gifts, it's ga'ava.
So you gotta say
Oh, we
that.
do it
No,
to-
but
I
you
feel
feel
lifted.
flattered.
You have to say it's from Hashem, and you have to feel that it's from Hashem. Like
But
it's
we-
mamash, not
Yeah,
you.
but somebody flatters you. You don't think you're like, yeah, it's me. I made it. I don't know.
We do it to our kids all the time. That's not good.
What you're doing to your kids is you're building their self-esteem.
Right.
Okay, but
There's a
then-
way to build their self-esteem, and there's a way to over indulge. By the way, America, they don't produce a lot of things, but what they produce is kids with a lot of ego.
Yeah, that I
That's
just
Okay.
I testify.
Okay? So, chutzpah, ga'ava, is when a person thinks he's entitled.
Okay, that's already extreme, I think.
It's
No.
not extreme.
Wow.
I think we all feel that we're entitled.
Yes.
The right person said yes.
If I tell him he's
The right person
If I
said
tell
yes.
my
He's an only child. That's
if
why.
I tell my friend Gabriel, you're amazing bugaltia.
You can make him feel good. The person gave me a compliment.
Yeah, what's
But when a person feels like he's good and he's entitled to respect, like I was talking to a kid today in my class. He's the youngest in his family, spoiled little brat. He's a senior. He has like, I don't know, 100,000 followers on TikTok. This guy goes on live, he has like 300 people watching him speaking nonsense.
Is he a student?
Huh? He's not my student. I don't consider him my student.
Like, is he in school?
Yeah. 100,000.
What is he saying? Singing or
Maybe we can learn
Well, I
from
don't
him.
know. Who cares what they do? There's one lady who sings lullabies, and she has like 10, 20, 50,000. Don't worry. Yesh mish mishugayim ba'olam.
Yeah.
All world is my clue.
Okay? So the other kid's like, oh, he's talking, he's trying to act all like, he tells me, oh, I don't mind giving you respect, but you have to give it back to me too. Like, if you give me respect, I'll give you respect.
Is he
So-
local? Can I go talk to him?
So, but don't think this is like one kid that says that.
All of them.
Every kid that he gets angry, he'll say that. If you don't give me respect,
You ain't getting respect.
you're getting respect too. And they say it to the parents, they'll say that to the teachers, they'll say it to
Yeah.
everyone. If you don't give me respect, I won't give. Like, they're willing to give you respect, but you gotta respect them too. That's ga'ava.
Right. That's
Pure.
already.
That's a pure guy.
Well, that's the word they are brought up.
Ga'ava, not having ga'ava, is when a person comes to you and says to you, Avraham, you have great glasses, but the guy down the street, he has much better. And then he didn't avera by telling you that. Lo tonu ishit amito. That's a hurtful thing to say. But if he can say that to you, and you could be like, could be, yeah, it's true. There's better stuff out there, and you could genuinely not feel bad about that.
Mhm.
You've gone a very kosher way into defeating your ga'ava. But if you feel bad, what is ga'ava? Ga'ava is the feeling that when somebody does something to you, it's not Hashem.
So it could be negative. It could
But
be negative. and
why do
positive.
you feel disrespected? Because you feel it wasn't God that did it to you. But if you feel that you're the only being in this world and Hashem, everyone else in this room is Hashem for me. There's no way that I could ever feel disrespect from somebody. So
So it could be in a negative way and a positive way.
it could always be in any way. But
Oh.
ga'ava, truly defeating ga'ava and true anava, is when I feel like I'm the only being in this world and everyone else is godly. They're just all revelations of Hashem. My wife is a revelation of God. My children are revelations of God. My boss is a revelation of God. They're all revelations of Hashem. And it's it. Hashem is just talking to me through them. That's it. And,
Like King
and
David
everyone
was.
is godly, and I'm the only materialistic thing. How did David HaMelech call himself? David HaMelech says,
warm.
the dead dog is better than me. I'm just a dead mosquito. He tells Hashem. He said, now David HaMelech, when he went to war, he was slicing and dicing. That was only because that was what he did for the sake of Klal Yisrael. But when he wasn't going out doing war, he was knee deep in nida blood, checking nida cloths. A king checking nida cloths. You ever check nida cloths?
No.
It's
don't-
very disgusting.
I don't want to.
Okay? It's
I wanna
putrid,
check
you know, it's
glasses.
the Zohama. It's Zohama. You understand? Imagine King David HaMelech sitting there checking nidar cloth.
You gotta go.
You understand?
You gotta go to mikveh after every time.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like
So Ga'ava, or defeating Ga'ava comes from one way. When you believe and you know that everything that you see, that you know, that you do, that any person you come into contact with is all a revelation of Hashem. I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do, but if you learn it every day, it's definitely something that's possible. Remember, Hashem does not put His Shekhinah on top of somebody who has Ga'ava. Okay?
Yeah, we only can achieve it by studying
The
every
Gra
day.
says you could have an eighth of Ga'ava. An eighth of an eighth.
Got it, your point,
Alright.
one.
0.008.
How do you measure that?
An eighth of God. I tell you, he learned it from Yaakov Avinu with Esav when he was with Esav. Huh?
That's 0.08?
0.08. An eighth of an eighth.
It's 0.16 actually. No, 0.0064. Eighth of an eighth.
Okay.
Stop.
We got it. The point is an eighth of an eighth.
So if you're saying if a customer makes you feel
A little down.
a little down, you shouldn't take
No,
it
you
to
shouldn't.
heart?
You shouldn't take it to heart. You
Competition
shouldn't even. You have to. I feel no להגיב לזה.
It's like a drunk guy saying something to you like, no, but
Just see that it's Hashem. That was
How are
Hashem.
you supposed to react?
You're supposed to react with
Like, do like a cool.
the Chaim Vital. He's gonna talk about this midah. He calls it midat mekubalim. To be a mekubal, you could never ever feel hate if somebody comes to you and tells you you're such a handsome man, you're so good looking. And does that? And if somebody comes to you and tells you you are one ugly son of a gun, you have to feel the same exact way.
That's what.
Nothing. You should feel like
Should feel
Hashem is
nothing?
talking to me, and that was it.
But you are human.
That's a
right?
mekubal.
We
You're
are-
a human.
That's
Yeah,
what
but no,
emotions-
you are a human. That's your midot. That's your midot are human.
That's what he's trying to explain.
You are godly.
Okay.
Okay, that's the secret to Shalom Bayit, by the way.
No,
That's
it.
Shalom
Yeah,
Bayit.
yeah, yeah. No, it's like,
To feel like your wife is just a revelation of Hashem.
I'm gonna say that to somebody.
Huh?
And we need to make them.
You need to make them happy because you have to make everyone happy. Alright?
We got a lot of work to do, guys.
But you,
Okay, let's continue because we're not going to finish. אין אפרים על בדיקת המתים, and you don't get up בדיקת המתים. אמנם בעונש מצוות לא תעשה, יש בהם איסור, לאו ואין לוקים עליהם. Some לא תעשה you don't get lashes for, כגון לאו שאין בו מעשה. Like a law that has no מעשה, like Lashon Hara. First it says Lashon Hara, you didn't act anything, but you said something, so there's no lashes to it.
You can't fix it.
Okay? למעלה מהן רגלם. So above those averot, there are laws that you get malkut on. There are two chalukot, two sections. אלו. וכן ביטול כל מצוות עשה, זולת החמורות הנזכרים להם כל המקרים עבירות קלות. Anytime you didn't do a mitzvah aseh, it's a light avera. But if you do an avera that you will get lashes for, that's called a stringent avera.
Like what? What's the big
We're gonna read them now.
It's a lot.
Uh,
It's a lot.
והם חלוקות הנזכרות כל המקרים עבירות חמורות ויש בהם מדרגות רבות. They have many levels. ואלו הן. Number one, כל חייבי כריתות ומיתות בידי שמיים, any avera that you get karet and מיתה בידי שמיים, מיתת בית דין, for example. לא תישא שם השם אלוקיך לשווא, using God's name in vain, ברכה לבטלה, swearing in Hashem's name. אף על פי שאין בו karet, there's no karet. In one way, it's harder than all the averot. Because when Hashem punishes for using His name in vain, He takes from you and from your family. חס ושלום.
Whoa, say it again? Yeah, for real?
גם משפחתו, אפילו מי שאין בידו למחות, even if a person cannot protest to the avera, but Hashem takes, it's a very serious avera. חילול השם. עד היכן תכלית חילול השם? How far does חילול השם go? אמר רב כגון ענה. Rav said, you want to know what Chilul Hashem says, Rav? Rav said, for example, me, Rav saying about himself, if he would go to the store to buy meat, and I don't pay right away, I say, give it to me in credit. For in his level, that's Chilul Hashem.
you know when people do that.
In Rav's level, because he's the Rav, he's the Rav, he's the Rabbinos.
People are gonna say
So
something.
you
Oh,
wouldn't-
Ana,
you wouldn't-
Nachaleahu.
You wouldn't own credit cards now.
Rabbi Yochanan says, for example, me, if I walk 4 amot without wearing tefillin and learning Torah, for me that's a chilul Hashem. People would say for me that's a chilul Hashem.
That's already.
That's Rabbi Yochanan.
That's
He's just trying to teach you every person's Chilul Hashem is according to his status.
His level.
and to
Yeah.
his midah.
משום חולשה. ומאן דחזה לה ידיע, די משום חולשה, ולומד ממני יותר מתורה תפילין. Rabbi Yochanan was a very sick man. So he used to have a lot of headaches. So sometimes he wouldn't wear his tefillin. And people don't know it's because he was sick. But still it's considered in his level of Chilul Hashem. Rabbi Yanai Omer, כל שחבריו מתביישים ממנו מפני שם רע שיצא עליו. Rabbi Yanai says, let's say your friends don't want to hang out with you because you have a bad name. Chilul Hashem. אביי אמר כדתניא, ואהבת את השם אלוקיך, שיהיה שם שמיים בידי בידיך, שיהיה קרוב ושונה. Abaye says, not to be a Chilul Hashem, you have to, when people see you, they have to say, oh, what kind of son Hashem has. What kind of good Jew that is. That's considered not doing a Chilul Hashem, doing Kiddush Hashem. Umasa'o matano be'emunah. To have business be'emunah. You know, a lot of times people say opening business. Me and my wife always talk about it. I always say to her, so scary to open up a business. So scary. Chas v'shalom, to do something. You gotta think 3 times.
Business
Huh?
for business.
Huh?
With I.
We in ayin, yeah. V'diburo b'nachman v'ro, you gotta talk nicely to people. Im en masor tov emunah, Hashem mechalel yado. If you don't do business be'emunah, chas v'shalom,
Amen.
מתחלל על ידו. You're not, זה משהו מתחלל. וכל אלו, all the averot we just said, אם לא עשה תשובה עומד, you don't בגיהנום. If you didn't do תשובה on these averos, you know where you're going.
Down south.
ולבסוף משם, but you get out of there. But you get out for these averos. ויש להם תקנה. You have תקנה for them.
Takana means
You don't worry, you're gonna get another chance.
You have a pass.
There's a remedy. A remedy.
A vaccine.
There's a vaccine. למעלה, but the worst than this, פושעי ישראל. קרקף דלא מנח תפילין. Person who doesn't wear tefillin,
Ever?
מעולם.
Ever.
that's the question. Is it one time or
He's saying, he just asked that. So ever.
Oh,
שנתעצל, he was lazy to wear them, ויכול, but he could have worn them. I'd say a lot of guys, they're lazy.
Right, they have a nice pair, but
Yeah.
they don't put it
They don't
on.
wear. Those guys that are lazy are considered קרקף דלא מנח תפילין.
If you can't afford it and you're not wearing it, that's already.
Maybe it's there to go.
They
They gotta fix.
Oh,
they go to teshuvah.
Yeah,
you have to.
and put it on.
They go to teshuvah or no? Why are you looking at me like I came from the moon?
I could say this is my tikkun. I'm not gonna do anything. My tikkun. So
No, but they try.
Lady, before you go,
Lady.
question: if a person doesn't wear tefillin, he's lazy to wear them. He says he has no olam haba.
Yeah,
No,
why is
yeah,
he
no,
not
no.
wearing it? It's because
What if he did
times
chua?
one-
Question for you:
Hey, we have some person coming.
he doesn't have olam haba. That's it. He's done, or what?
No, you could repent if you
He has to
Depends how
repent.
much is
Ah.
So tefillin is mitzvah seh, and it says if
And I'm gonna tell you something scarier. A person that could have worn tefillin of Rabbeinu Tam, and he was lazy to do that.
Can I place my order now, please?
Yeah, but how you gonna wear red and top? You deal with people that like fast feeders, man. Like they
What?
do it.
You could wear it anytime during the day.
Anytime
Say
it's
Shema.
Pray mincha with them.
Oh, that's not bad.
you're kidding, how you can pray.
You want to place your order now?
That's what the Ari HaKadosh
Call my
used to do.
local stiffs.
Can you have like you too?
In the beginning, he wore 2 in Shacharit, and then he used to just wear the Rabbeinu Tam in Mincha. And then he got the big ones in Mincha.
Myself.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I write my helmet.
Demand this high, my friend.
Tefillin is the holiest mitzvah. I can't. I go to sleep thinking, in how many hours I'm going to wake up to wear tefillin the next morning.
Yeah,
Are we going to do the new straps?
We have to go Chava, I was one today.
Very low, man. I feel very low.
Let's go this week. I have to pick up my pair. You bring your pair, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna go
Is
together.
that the shame?
You're gonna call me that my
Make it smaller
Can
What
you
do you
extend
in
mine?
the head.
that you can go to my father.
You can do it.
Actually could do. You should have told him today.
You're going to Willisburg? Can you extend
This
mine?
is the chick chat, huh?
My hand is short.
Take it. Bring yours also.
When?
And when he's
Are
gonna
you
call
going
me
to
that
the
my
safer
pair.
guy?
Yeah.
Huh? When?
Brooklyn?
This week we're leaving it.
No, you guys. When? Day.
I don't know when my tefillin is gonna be ready. I had a little problem with my tefillin. My big tefillins. The problem with them is they're big. So you have to be very, very cautious with them. Sometimes, if you realize some
The
people's
box?
tefillin, the box, you have 4 compartments.
Right.
They could,
That's
Open
what
up.
happened to mine.
so when they open up,
Six.
they become pasul.
Yeah.
You mean open up?
You have 4 compartments.
Right.
Tres
So we-
pieces,
the
tres
sewing part, the sewing part.
You have 4 compartments. Let's say the 4
Yeah,
compartments,
and they split.
right? They have to be a perfect square.
Right.
Let's say they open up. Let's say one of them opens up like this much, 1 millimeter. 1 millimeter?
There has to be
You
a
won't
crack
notice
there.
it, you won't notice
No, because they're different compartments. It's not a crack.
They're-
It can
they're
actually
straight-
open up.
They
How do you
fuse-
know that?
They fuse
You
together.
see, I
It's a little
saw
open.
one of mine. I'm like, I look at one of them. Like, new tefillin. It's a bit opening up. I'm like, if I don't get this fixed right
The
now,
one you gave me?
huh?
The one you gave me?
No, those are Kedusha-32, those tefillin. My new ones, they're opening up. So I rushed to the sofer today to get them compressed. So be very careful with tefillin. They have to be a perfect square.
I have to check. No, I don't.
So I don't know.
No, no,
Your
but-
tefillin is your tefillin.
No, I notice everything on my film.
So yeah, I was wearing it one day, so then I see that one of the compartments is opening up a bit. Freaked out, and when I went, I didn't go to work today. Huh? I should have taken a picture.
Yeah.
Huh. If I ever see it again, you know, when I was once, I said I'm gonna go in the yeshiva. I check everyone's tefillin, all the kids. Oh my God, zva, lo aleinu. This one tefillin is cracked like this.
Oh my
This
God.
one half of is losing the paint. This one, I'm like, guys, what are you doing?
The corners are all.
This is tefillin. No, this is their own. It's expensive pairs. They get them expensive pairs. How do you wear your tefillin? This is gold.
If it was
good,
Gucci,
You don't take care. You
if it
drop
was
them.
Gucci,
You
yeah,
bang
yeah,
them.
yeah. Yeah,
You
it's
have to-
disposable generation.
But they're makash coat.
Uh,
They're chashuv.
Backlash.
I'm not giving them Shalom kitrug. We're learning from the
They're just-
mistakes of the people. Well, you also your kids of the Shem. They're gonna grow. You're gonna get tefillin. To tell them that you're wearing right now a Sefer Torah on you.
Gotcha.
You cannot play around with this. If you're gonna put importance to it, then it's gonna be important to them.
Yeah.
Because these kids are getting influence from all these you ever heard influencers? They call them influencers on Instagram.
The wrong influence.
My wife tells me one lady bought herself a house from doing this influencing.
Yeah.
Mazel. She had a briut, obviously, but this guy's going to school over here. He's going to school again. Be an influencer. Hello, influencer. You know. So, Moise, you have to be careful, okay?
Yeah, right.
So a person, chas shalom, if he does so tefillin, so he said, so a person doesn't wear tefillin. So if you were chas shalom, you were lazy to wear them. You could do teshuva, obviously. Teshuva you could do. Ki im haya lach'is nikra min. Let's say you didn't wear tefillin just to make Hashem upset. You're a min considered. You're a kofer beikar. You know olam haba. V'zeh all this imet v'lo shav. If you didn't do teshuva before you died. Nidon begehenom shneim asar chodesh. So what's the maximum you could be in hell in? 12 months.
No time over there. They're saying 12 months. Once the soul lives, it says no time. I mean,
What does it say?
yeah.
What does this
How they
say?
measure
What
that?
does this
must be
say?
a typo.
Typo.
12 months. Okay? Kafakela could go a little longer.
Depending.
But not Gehenom. Gehenom is only 12 months.
That's why you say Kaddish, so it's
Exactly.
a little bit.
We assume that everyone's going straight to hell. We assume wrong. First, you get Din.
Right.
You should make a shiur on this. First, you get a Din
Not
Shammai.
one
First, Chibut HaKever. Sliha.
There's like 5 teams over there.
What's your
Right?
name?
Five.
Some
What's your
people
name?
could be in Chibut HaKever for a year.
What's your
How is
name?
that possible?
He has a very big klipa on him.
But they bury you already. It's still-
Inside there, you get a Chibut
I
HaKever.
thought you stop once you get buried.
No.
You said the pasuk?
What about if you
Yeah, but
That's just a segula.
It's only
That's
Geulah.
not true.
זה segula.
When the angel
Can I
comes
say
to the
it's
thing,
not
he's
true?
going to laugh at you.
זה segula, he said.
What's secular?
Say your
To
name.
say the letters of the...
But what if you...
רחמנצ'יק, איפה אתה?
I throw them there and that's pretty much it.
So that's just a segula, huh?
If you were buried on Friday.
Oh, that's
זה
Friday,
You
חשוב.
skip that or you come
Nice.
back?
You skip it.
Skip.
The
Sunday.
Kiddushat Shabbat already separates the klipa and tala your neshuna.
it's a day off for them over there.
Yeah. No, the Kedusha of Shabbat already uplifts the neshamot. If the Daven, my grandmother, she had the zechut of getting buried. I think both of my grandmothers.
My grandma too. No, I remember.
My other grandma passed away. It was Motzei Shabbat,
My father didn't make it inside.
but it was Purim. But still, it's not Shabbat. It's not Shabbat. A person has to have a zechut to pass away on a Friday and be buried on a Friday.
Buried.
The guys in the Meron, some of them, they didn't let the bodies go. They didn't make it.
Yeah.
They were buried only Motzei Shabbat.
Yeah.
Some of them made it. Should be buried on Friday. Because it happened Thursday night.
Yeah.
So after Hibut HaKever, you go to your Deen. In the Deen, they decide. First, they don't judge all your Averot in one shot. It depends who you are, for example. We passed that already. Hibut HaKever. We passed that already.
Continue.
That's Hibut HaKever. And then we go to the Beit Din Shel Mala. Every person gets judged in his Olam. That means there's Beit Din Shel Mala in Bria, Yitzira, Asiya. You don't go straight to Bria. You start in Beit Din of Asiya.
Alone.
Over there's time. Okay, there's a couple of Gan Eden. There's Gan Eden the Asiya, Gan Eden the Yitzira, Gan Eden the Bria. There's a couple of Gan Edens. So before you go to there's a Beit Din. There's a lot of the Beit Din is a lot of compartments. And in the Beit Din there's 3 tzaddikim from your Shorosh Neshama usually, whoever's on call that day. And they when your person passes away, usually his relatives come to greet him. Usually, if he has a zechut, if he's a rasha, they don't want. The Zohar says they don't want to come to see him. They're ashamed of you.
Or they help the relatives help over them on the
No.
on the.
Only if they're how you say, they are proud of you. Ki bara mezakeh abba. The son gives the zechut to the ancestors. Understand? That's why it's very important to do tikkun metim. We should do this over here, by the way. Remember, once the rabbi did it in with the shofar in the Torah, we didn't finish the Tehillim. One book, shofar, hashkava. We could.
We did that.
We did that. We did it for my grandmother. We did.
Yeah.
But Rabbi Yehuda Ptaya says you're not supposed to stop until you see the person in a dream and you see him very happy. And you could save them from Gehenom, you save them from Chibut HaKever, you save them from... Because the faster you do it, the faster you save them. You save them from all the Marin Bishin, just by davening. So it's better to do it 10 people. If you don't know if you can't do it 10 people, at least you have 3 people. Go to the kever. Go to his kever and do it over there. Short. He has a short version. And even if you can't do that, do it even one person.
By the kever?
Better by the kever.
What if it's a different kind? Can you just
So light a candle. That's what I do.
finish
I light a
the
candle. I don't have time even for that. What do I do? You light a candle. Better to do olive oil.
Yes.
Light a candle. Olive oil, they say it has a special. It's in the book Gesher HaChaim. He brings this down. Where the olive oil has a special koach in the zayit
for the dead. Yeah.
for the olamot elyonim. You give them wahid. I don't remember what his explanation was. You say Patach Eliyahu Hanavi, Pituma Ketoret.
Can women
Pituma Ketoret, huh?
Can women do that?
Of course, everyone can do it. Pituma Ketoret, Patach Eliyahu Hanavi. What else he has to say over there?
Even if it's not his date, right?
Even if it's not day, you can do it as many times as you can until you see this person in the dream. What does he want from me? Yes, Michal, in the middle of a shiur. Okay, B'ezrat Hashem, I'll let you know, okay? Okay. Alright. Okay. So, Petach Eliyahu Hanavi Pitum HaKtoret. What was the third thing he says to read over there? There's another thing you have to read over there. Short. It's all short. And then you read a special hashkava that he wrote. It's a long hashkava, like 2 pages. Review the Ptaya, and that's it. If you do it with 3 people, then you could. It's more better. If you do it with 10 people, with Sefer Torah and Hakafot, forget about it. It's a very big ilui to the neshama. Rabbi Yehuda Ptaya writes in his book Michat Yudah, once he did it 13 times for one person, until they finally, one of the relatives saw him in a dream.
Oh, not good. Somebody
Yeah.
has to...
So, and you could do for 3, 4 in one shot. You don't have to do it in. You don't have to do it individually. You could do 3, 4 names in one shot. Because this tefillot brings the Geula faster because you're fixing their tikkunim much faster, and you're saving them from a lot of Gehenom and Haibut Akera, what they go. Imagine all these people in the former Soviet Union. They didn't even keep Yom Kippur.
But they're going to
I
judge.
don't think our relatives even kept Yom Kippur, if you ask me.
Yeah, but they will judge according to where they used to
But
live,
still,
right?
but still, they will judge accordingly. But Hashem knows the real
They
accordingly.
went through hell themselves.
Hashem knows the real. I'm not judging anybody. I'm talking about my ancestors here too. But Hashem knows the real accordingly. Understand what I'm saying?
Does that mean real according to
If you had the capability and you
If you
didn't
had the
do
capability,
it,
you did,
then
yeah.
it's not according to you. If you were in jail and you couldn't get a pair of tefillin, that's
That's
according to
yeah. If you know according to what capability is. Anyways, so we should do these tikkunim. They're very important.
But what's the benefit?
Minhat Yehuda, Rabbi Yehuda Ftayet. It's his famous book.
those who had.
I'll do it one time. Maybe next week instead of doing Sharei Kedusha, we'll do that part of the what to do for the tikkunim of the thing. You save your ancestors from a lot of bad stuff. They didn't come back in a Gilgul yet. You save them from a lot of
And then they might help us.
Yeah, of course. But don't do it because of that. Do it because you genuinely want to help. Yeah.
Because of that.
Yes, you guys are ready to do it.
Help
Let's
you.
take one. We have 10 guys.
How long does it take?
If we do it the right way, basically what we do is like this. We all split the first book of Tehillim.
Okay, first.
First book. We all split the first book. Hakafa, Shofar, Hashkava, Tzedakah. Second book. Hakafa, Shofar, Tzedakah, Hashkava. Third book. Fourth book. Sixth book, we read chapter 198. Seventh book is going to be just the Shabbat part. And like this we do with the Sefer Torah. Better to do with 7 Sefer Torahs, obviously.
Wow.
We don't always have that capability. We only have 2 Torahs over here. We do it, we get shofar blowing between each hakafa, and you beseech Hashem a lot. You're basically begging Hashem to let this guy go.
It's just one guy. You can have
No, we can do.
We just said you could do multiple people. Multiple people. Yeah, multiple people.
Yeah, if one
And
person.
this is a
takes
very
one
big
name-
tikkun. A person doesn't wear tefillin. A person didn't have olam haba, didn't have children. Person who did znut. Person who ate PIG.
A person who's married to Goya.
Person who's married to
Can
Goya.
Can we do it? Please?
Yes, I really want to do it, of course. We not only one time, we have to do it this couple of times.
Yeah.
And we should test it out. You guys have to see whenever you see
That's
the
scary.
person in a dream. Yeah. Okay? So let's end over here. It's already 11 o'clock. And
Okay.
Bezat Hashem Yitbarach, we'll continue next week. Yeah, Sharei, that's it. Bas.